Okay. So again, hello everyone. So we're gonna start our today's lab. Let me share my screen. Yes. So okay. So uh, our agenda today is, if you remember, uh, we talked about generics in in the lecture of this week, and so in today's lab we're gonna do some revision of generics in Java. So this is kind of look from different angle, and also as usual we're gonna do some warm-up exercises. Then we will move to solving problems, and of course there will be question and answer session and talking about learning outcomes. After this lab, uh, we hope that you're going to strengthen your knowledge in generics in Java, application of generics in real world problems, and you're going to improve your code review and improving code quality skills, right? So uh, so we're gonna start our revision section of our lab. If you remember, Java generics were you can implement Java generics in class and functions, which you which allows you to have multiple type parameters on and which can make your code more dynamic, right? And we will also consider some advantages of Java generics. So which let's say advantages you might earn from Java generics. Okay, so what is Java generics? So generics, if you are familiar with C++, they are like templates in C++. So the idea here is to have kind of more dynamic code. I mean, reducing the reducing your code and at the same time having more functionalities within your projects, right? For instance, classes like hashset, array list, and hash map, you're not gonna create, let's say, separate classes for each of them, but you can use your own classes with these hashset, array list, and hash map. So it is kind of more efficient way of utilizing the classes, right? And so with generics, basically you achieve compile time safety because if you implement generics, usually generics are checked in the compile time, right? And also you can reuse your code. I mean, you're not going to duplicate your code, or you're not going to copy paste and customize a little bit of your existing classes, right? And also, individual typecasting is not also required, right? Here, compiler will do the job for you. And also implementing non-generic algorithms. So using generics will allow this feature also. How we will cover each of these, let's say, features within our exercises and within our, let's say, showcases. And if we remember our generics in class, I mean, the implementation of generics in class, this is how basically you can use generics within your within classes, right? You just let's say define the type of your classes for the parameterized class, and this class is kind of now will give you a different behavioral depending on your class type, right? So this is how you can use generics in classes, and this is the showcase where you can implement parameterized class Here you see our test class is can be kind of change it dynamically. So if you look at main class, how this test class is implemented. So we're using only one class for integer for utilizing integer and string, right? So we're not creating new, let's say, classes for integer or string. We're just using test. So this is very efficient, you see. And also talking about using implementing generic in functions, you probably remember that you can use generics in functions for parameter types. Here you see function is waiting is kind of universal, right? So you can, let's say, pass multiple types for this functions, and here you do not require to you're not required to implement such as overloading, right? To implement another let's say function and increase your code. And also you can also implement generics for returning type of, let's say, your functions. You see your returning type depends on the parameter of your function, and here you're also getting rid of duplicating your function, right? So function is kind of universal. So this is how you can use generics in functions. And let's talk about let's say advantages of Java generics. So here is the, let's say, sentence or let's say quote. For example, projects that utilizations Java generics, or I think projects that utilizes Java generics. I think this is misspelled. Has numerous advantages over the non-generic code. So, what do you think, guys? What advantages can we get from Java generics in terms of, let's say, class utilizations?
We don't have like to cast some classes. We already know the type.
You have tests, you said?
No, no. For some classes, we just like have to cast some classes, casting, casting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Casting.
So as for generics, we don't have to do that. We already found the type in the branches generics.
Yes. And okay, so this is one of the very important, let's say, advantages. And what else also? If you think about development overall, if you have ever used generics, what benefits did you get from this feature?
Maybe we can just use one class to like uh, implement it in other like just call it in other method without we know the type of the class.
Okay, yes. So this is also, sorry, yes. So this is also very important feature of Java generics. So, and let me, let's say, list one of several advantages of Java generics. For example, code reuse, sort safety, individual typecasting is not required, implementing non-generic algorithms, right? So we're not gonna, let's say, consider or talk about each of the advantages because you have to do your own research, Google each of these, let's say, benefits, and if you find, let's say, showcases, or if you find some factors about it, okay, so do your own research about it. So this will be your task for yourself, of course. So now, and also for more details, of course, you can always go to Oracle's official website, right? So Here is the official and let's say last updated for the last versions of Java. And here are a lot of good examples and the explanations here are really simple and let's say they covered everything. So you can always refer to this website for more details. And here we're gonna start our warm-up exercises. Okay, guys. Uh, what do you think? Will the following class compile? If yes, how? And if not, why? Without, let's say, copy pasting into your ID and trying to compile, can you, let's say, identify the problem here if the class couldn't be compiled, or if it's compiled, then you have to justify your answer.
I think it will combine.
It will compile, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So you think that everything looks fine here, right?
yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the.
May I answer?
Yes.
I think this code will compile, but there is a problem if, for example, there is no operator of comparison defined for a class T, then it will throw an exception.
Yeah, so I was thinking if the T was like an integer or something, it will compile. But if it's an undefined class for parameter types that like support the comparison operator, of course, I think it would be an exception.
Yes, right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Alexander and Asim. So this code will not compile because uh, so compiler, let's say, considers your let's say parameters, which is let's say marked here as t as object, right? And objects usually cannot be compared with this compare symbol, right? Symbol. So this code will not compile because of the wrong syntax here. So okay, thank you guys. Now let's move on. What about this code? What do you think? Will this code compile? If not, why? Let me ask uh, from Philippe. Philippe Timofeev, how are you? Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, what do you think about this code?
To be honest, I don't know.
Well, then let's discuss. Okay, what what part of this code seems very difficult to understand for you? What do you think? Okay, here we have. Let me explain. So here we have static function, right, in Java, and what is the parameter of this function? What is expecting this function, Philippe?
Class list.
So it is expecting class list. I mean, more precisely, object of list, right? Thank you. And what is the, let's say, parameter for list? You see question mark here. Is it legal to use here?
Uh, I don't know. Maybe not.
Okay, so let me help. Okay, so uh, i- basically it is legal here. So it is legal to use question mark here, and question mark extends number. Okay, who knows what does it mean?
the list of any object that is derived from number.
Yes, that is correct. So is this function legal?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. So this is legal. So basically, it says, okay, I'm expecting for the list of objects whose, let's say, parameter uh, of class extends from number, right? So any class which extends from number and put inside the list is valid as parameter for of this function, right? So let's move on. So what about this class? What about this, let's say, class and its syntax? Is this legal? Let me ask from particular guys. Okay. Uh, Omar, are you here? Omar Odahua, if I sorry if I misspelled your name.
Yes, I'm here.
So how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks. So what do you think about this class? Is this is the syntax of the class is legal?
Actually, I don't see any reason why it won't.
So you think that it is legal?
May I talk?
Yes, please.
I think it's legal. In fact, I think it's some implementation for the singleton design pattern, but the only difference is that instead of like write singleton for every class, we just define some class in the generic, so we can make some singleton design pattern for every class we want. So, in my opinion, it's legal and it will combine all the class we want to make singleton design pattern from.
Yeah. Thanks for clarity. So this is the design pattern of singleton, but but I would object to your opinion of compilation. I say that this class cannot be compiled. And can any of you
Excuse me, Professor.
find the
Your sound is not good.
sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's well. Thank you.
Okay, so so I say that this syntax is wrong. Can you find the part of the code which implemented wrongly? Anybody?
There is no like I don't know how to say it, builder for the class. No singleton function.
No singleton function? You mean?
I suppose there is no constructor for singleton above.
Constructor, yes.
But in Java, we always have default constructors, so
It would be null anyway if we don't have a constructor.
it would be null.
Yes, we're saying private static instance is equal to null.
Yes, but
So,
this is not a constructor here. This is just
but
a
when we don't have a constructor
yes,
and we are constructing a new class, so it would go here and a new object. Sorry, it would go here and create an object with instance equals null.
yeah.
Yes, because we don't have constructor. So I don't know. That's what I think.
Well, it doesn't matter actually whether you have constructor or not. This, let's say, uh, I mean, this how to say creating object is you can create object without a constructor. I mean, without defining constructor, because there is always default constructor, and the let's say the line that you are referring, I mean the last line, private static t instance equals to null. This is just a member of the class. It has nothing to it has nothing to constructors. I mean, you can define your the class of singleton. I mean, so, but there is something wrong still. Can you find this place?
I think that he meant we don't have a private constructor.
Oh, sorry. Uh, I, why do we need private constructor?
To make only one object from the
Ah, I understood. We have like a static properties like methods and a member, but our generic is only works for non-static like properties because it depends on like like entity of a class type. When we
Yes,
create entity, we define T, but for static, it's not on any entity because and so we don't use generics.
yes, yes, you're right. So the problem here with the keyword static. Okay, first of all, uh, the static methods can be called anywhere, especially public, and it can be called without, let's say, class evaluation, right? So if even if you do not have objects, object of singleton, you can call get instance, right? So this means that you're not defining singleton, but you're calling get instance, which is kind of, which is not valid. So this is the first, uh, let's say, issue. And also the types, the generics are kind of, the generics are evaluated on runtime. I mean, the type of the classes, right? For example, here, compiler is expecting some kind of uh, T class in runtime, right? But get instance is evaluated when the class is actually compiled, and when the, I mean, when the class is loaded onto GVM, right? So this means that get instance, the type of the generic here is not unknown, is unknown actually. So in simple words, so here static does not work with generics. I mean, if it's defined in the class definition. So this was the definition. Did you understand, guys, why this code?
So basically, because the static allows us to get a direct access to the function from the class, but when we use generics, we actually don't know the type of class, so we can do this. That's
Yes,
why. So yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you.
yes, yes. We only know the type of the class during runtime.
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. So let's talk about this exercise. So, given the following classes we have, let's say, shape, parent class shape, and circle, and rectangle child classes, which extend from shape class. And let's say we kind of defined node class, which can be parameterized, right? And what do you think? Will the following code compile on the bottom box? Let me ask from particular. Alina, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
So what do you think about this code?
I think it would compile.
It will be compiled. It can be compiled, right?
Yeah, I think yes.
Okay, but I say that no. Can you uh, try to, let's say, find or justify your answer?
Can I try?
Yes, please.
Uh, in my view, maybe because we try to declare parent class, which is here we use circle, which is the child class, to declare the parent class. So it will not compile. I think.
Uh,
I don't know. It's right or not.
because because circle is the child class of shape. Because of this, you mean?
Yes, I think.
But why? I mean, we can refer to, let's say, child classes with parent type, right? So then, what's problem here? I mean, I'm trying to, let's say, I'm trying to refer to the NC, which is a node circle, right? We whose that circle is the child class of shape, and I'm trying to refer to this object. Why cannot I refer? Or maybe there is some problem in definition of classes, not in the implementation.
I think some functions will be missed inside the class itself.
So I think there is a smartphone nearby your laptop. Oh yes, I think it's good now. Can you repeat?
Uh, okay. As shape is the parent class and the circle is child class, so they don't have like the same implementation. Usually the child class have like more functions or something, so we cannot, in my opinion, we cannot like refer to a parent from a child because the implementation inside is not the same. However, I think we can refer to the child from a parent.
Yes. So here is what we are doing. I mean, we are trying to refer to child class. Circle is the child class of shape, right? So then what's the problem? L- Here we have Big Zat. Big Zat, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Hello. So what do you think about this code?
I think it's not compiled because circle is extends from shape,
Yes.
and you can't the last row you can't node shape in s equal to nc. I think so.
So you think that I mean, this is actually not equal, not trying to evaluate the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
values, you're trying to assign, right?
yeah.
So why can't we assign the reference of child class to parent?
Uh, Maybe in circle you can add some other informations which shape consist, I think.
Well, not really, not really,
Not
not
really.
yes. So because anyway, this is nothing to do with the references. Okay, guys, we're spending too much time on this exercise. Actually, this code on the bottom especially is illegal, because when you when the, let's say, class node with parameter circle is compiled, actually what what does compiler do? Compiler just creates another class for this for this node with parameter circle. So this is kind of another class. It has nothing to do with node. It has nothing to do with circle. So when we define another type of node which with shape, this will be also compiled into another class. So these uh, two, let's say, uh, nodes, node with circle and node with shape, actually they are different classes. So in the references, I have given, sorry, let me, yes, here I have given references to the official site of Oracle. So you can read about this problem actually. I mean, in more details. There are a lot of, let's say, details about generics. So you can find the information about this. So did you understand?
Yes, but can we like allow inheritance in between node classes?
Yes. And can you answer your own question?
Uh, my own question, you just answered me. You said yes.
Okay, but how?
Um, hmm, I'm not sure.
Okay, can we do something like that?
So, um, let me see.
I mean, here we are saying that uh, generic, some type of generic which extends from number.
So, okay, this would allow inheritance between types of numbers like float and integer and
Yes,
so list of integer would inherit number. Yes.
yes.
Here,
So
if we repeat the same previous code with this if we say instead of node t node um, question mark extends shape, yes,
yes,
and then we say node circle and node shape, this would work, yeah.
it should work. Now let's see. Let me share my, let's say, where is my ID? Yes, here is my ID. Let me create some another, let's say, class, something like node, right? And ah, so let me refactor it, rename node 2. No, we don't need. Okay, node 2. Just a second. And let's define something like shape. Sorry. Yes. Let me do something. Then let's define some classes like shape, right? And also let's define some circle, right? Which extends from shape. And now let's try to define some parameter which extends from shape, right? But you see, it says unexpected wildcard, right? So what do you think, guys? So Can we fix this issue?
I don't know. Try using Alt Enter.
Sorry.
Try using Alt Enter so we can see what the combine.
Okay, so there is no suggestion by the ID. You know, even if we try to do something like that, uh, can we define something like that? Shape, and let's define another main class. And let's try to evaluate node shape. Let's shape a new node. Node. Can we here circle? But it says that required to type node shape, but it says you're not providing shape, but you're providing circle. The ID says this syntax is wrong, but why here we have defined our node with shape, right? What's wrong with this? Or let's do something like that. Circle, circle, not circle, shape, and shape. But why it is compiled, guys? But because here I have indicated that I'm expecting circle, but here I said, okay, let's define shape. What do you think? What is the magic here?
Can you go to the circle class, please?
Circle class. Here is my circle.
And shape and node.
This is shape and this is node.
Okay, go to the main.
Main.
So try to change shape with circle
So circle.
and circle.
Yes.
So it did work.
It did work. It's working with shape and with circle. But here
Yeah.
I indicated only circle. Sorry, circle. But why it's working? Because I'm expecting here only circle. But here
And
it works with
so
shape.
the shape.
Yes. Why?
Circle is extends from shape, so we can like not do node shape new node shape, but we cannot do a new node circle, because you said that we creating like class by class new classes for each, and circle is like extends shape, so we can create these nodes for every like
Shape, right?
class.
Okay, so let's remove this. It's still working. Now circle and shape, they have no relationship between each other. I mean, you see, and in my node, I have indicated circle. I will expect circle, but here it's working with shape. What is the magic here?
I don't know.
Okay.
Strange.
Okay.
Yeah, actually I don't know either.
Actually, it's not strange because let me open node. So the name here does not matter. Okay, even if I type T, it still works. Okay, even if I write some, I don't know, PSS Lab. So you see, it doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with the name of classes, right? So it's only used inside methods. So here we indicated that we will work with some type of class which is declared as PSS Lab here. So I can work here as something like that. Let's say I have some void, I don't know, some class which will return PSS Lab. Sorry. And return, sorry, return something. Return, what's wrong here? Sorry. Yes. So here, so you see, here we are just expecting any class, and we just declared the type of class as PSS class. So it can be anything. So you see, here I can define anything, shape, circle, or even other classes. So the idea here is that it doesn't matter how do you name this generic. Okay, so let's return to our exercises. Okay, so here we understand that every class, when it's compiled, it will be the compiler will create some new class, right? So I think it's our last warm-up exercise, and consider this class again node class which implements comparable and has parameter, right? So what about the code on the bottom? Will this code compile? Let me ask from uh,
I might say it will compile, but again, you will tell us it won't compile. So, but in my opinion, it will compile.
so you want to say that it will not be compiled, it can't be compiled.
Yeah, it will compile, but as soon as I say that, you will tell me it's illegal to do this. But from my own experience, I know that like every interface can be implemented from interface if it has one function or any other class that implements the interface. So in my opinion, it would work, but I think it will be illegal after 2 minutes.
Okay, I'm not gonna give any hint. What about others? Oh,
Actually, same.
okay, so it is legal. Who thinks that it is illegal and it won't be compiled?
No one maybe.
So you say that it's illegal.
I
Ricia.
think it's legal.
Illegal and it cannot be compiled, right?
No, I think it's can be compiled.
It can be compiled. Yes, yes, guys. Let's not waste our time. So it is legal because again, when our let's say when compiler tries to compile the class above, which is node, uh, it will also consider its parent class, right? So the parent class is comparable. So the let's say output uh, class after compilation, after compile, so they can be referenced. I mean, the class of node can be referenced from comparable, which is the parent class. Of course, here we have to consider the parameter. I mean, here we have the same parameter, the type of the parameter string, right? Here we have the same parameter. So because of this, it can be compiled. If they had uh, other types of, let's say, parameters, even if they are kind of have relationship as child or parent classes, they couldn't be compiled. So here it could be compiled because first of all, the node extends from actually implements comparable, right? The second reason is that they have the same parameter, the type of parameter that is string. Okay, guys, I think it's enough for warm-up exercises, and I think that, I hope that you're ready for problems. And this is our exercise one. Here, you have to design a class that acts as a library, but here I would say that that acts as a collection for the following kinds of media: book, video, and newspaper. And you have to provide two classes of this class. The first one uses generics, so you have to implement generics, and the second one uh, without generics. And we will discuss what is the benefit from generics, and you can feel free to use any additional APIs for storing and retrieving the media, such as, uh, I mean, methods: get, delete, set, put, remove, and everything. So if you understand this task, you can start working on this exercise. After 10 minutes, I will ask from any of you about your progress. Okay, if you are absent, uh, I will have to mark your presence as absent. So please respond, and we will try to help you solving your problems. If you have any questions about this exercise, please ask.
I think I understand it wrong. So should we design one class or one class with some like
Actually,
separate?
you have to create four classes here. First
Yeah,
of
okay.
all, yes, four classes.
Yeah, yeah.
One class for, let's say, storing book, video, and newspaper. Three classes. These are book, video, and newspaper classes. And actually five. The last class is the class which stores these book, video, and newspaper without generic.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So by the way, the slides are on the Moodle. You can check the last week. Okay, I will stop sharing. I have sent the link to the lab in the chat. Okay, I think, or I hope that you have made some progress. And uh, let me ask from some of you. Jafar, are you here? How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Uh,
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Good. How was your life?
Um, Fine, a bit difficult because it took me like 7 minutes to launch my IDE and then it didn't launch and I have to use VS Code now.
Why? Wow. What ID were you trying to launch?
IntelliJ IDEA. No, it's just that like I only have 4 gigs of RAM, so if I try to use IntelliJ while I have Zoom and Firefox and stuff on, it doesn't work.
Yeah, actually, IntelliJ takes a lot of memory. So, okay, actually, what do you think about the task? I mean,
The one we're working on right now. Um, Not. I mean, you said we have 5 classes. The 4 of them like book, video, newspaper, and the library class in which we don't have to use generics. I believe they're pretty standard. But the one with generics, I'm not really sure how to make.
uh, okay, so you can just make child parent classes. You can implement something like that. But anyway, do you have experience with Java?
Experience with Java. I mean, kind of, yeah,
Okay,
but zero experience with generics. And on the day of the lecture, I missed it, so I was just literally learning about them.
okay. Do you have any questions regarding generics?
Not currently, but I will ask if I have any.
Okay. Then keep on, and we will move to other students. Thank you, Jafar.
Thank you.
Sorry, may I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
About generics. For example, we have like 3 classes, and we want a class which is passed to generic to be either one of these 3 classes. Can we just like enumerate them in purely in generics to destruct any other class except these 3?
Sorry, can you kind of share your screen and implement something like that?
Okay, let me try share. Can you see it?
Yes,
Uh, you see, I have there 3 classes: book, video, and music.
yes,
And I have like a straightforward classes that is book library, video, and music library.
yeah,
And for example, I want to combine all these classes into one with generics,
yes.
and I want to my class that is use generics like takes only a book, video, or music class as its like template. So is it possible like to restrict the number or maybe just classes that can be used in generics? Like for example, I want to reach such an effect, so we have var x is equal to new library, and there, let me just write this t, and there we can write only like book, uh, video, or music. If you write like something else, like integer, it will be wrong. Is it possible to reach such an effect?
Okay, I think so. You just want to restrict the classes for library, right? I mean, the parameters for library.
Yes.
So, but the question is why?
For example, mm, I can reach this result like if I create interface, some interface, let's name E, and each of the class will implement this interface, and then yeah, would write there just T extends E, yes, extends I, sorry, and it gonna be like what I want. Yes, I would pass like only book or music or video here.
Okay, so it's so here.
Oh, so you see, it's an error if I place there integer, and if I apply the book, what should we see? Pipeline and not within spawn should implement. I.
Mhm.
Book, extends I,
Yes, yes, yes.
implements I.
Implements. So basically, yes, you can do okay, but
So yeah, I understood. So it's a kind because I worked with TypeScript. It's a, like typed JavaScript, and there was like I may write class library T uh,
uh-huh.
uh, is equal book or music or video, something like this. And only class that I can pass to library was either book, music, or video. So now I see that I can
Yeah.
read the same effect using interfaces. Okay.
So sorry. So for other guys also, the last explanation. So here you have implemented with interface, right?
hmm
Uh-huh. And now so it doesn't work with class, right?
If
Let's
I
yes,
make it class and then extend from classes.
yes.
Uh, let's try. Yeah, and then there
Stand.
everywhere extends. But there I should put not like T, I suppose, because like in sorry integer T extends
I.
I, yes,
Yes.
I,
So
and book,
yes.
yes,
So
something like that. But I think interface in this case more like logical.
yes, I agree. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure for the guys also. So the class also works in such cases.
Hmm. And can we extend more than one class?
No, only one class, but you can implement several interfaces, by the way.
Yes, that's a point. So we should use the interface
Yeah.
to be able to extend some class.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Alexander. So, uh, so who completed the exercise, guys? Anyone? Even with generics? I think
Oh,
Alexander showed. Yes, yes. Somebody was.
can I show you with generics?
Yes, please.
I haven't done without generics, but I did with.
Okay.
uh, do you see it?
Yes.
I made the class storable and extended it, and I made the class library that
Mm-hmm.
uses a generic that extends storable,
Yes.
and it have the storage. It's just array list of t, and we can add values to storage and find
Mm-hmm.
by after and by name.
Yes. So list defined by after. So here you have kinda.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'm using Stream API.
Uh-huh. I got it. Wow, great, great. Okay, thank you. Guys, do you have any question about Arslan's solution? I think this is very clear and concise. So, any questions? You can even, let's say, learn some best practices from showcases, which we will discuss. So, for example, Arslan's solution seem very solid. So here the point here is that we are parameterizing our library class so that we are not creating multiple, let's say, classes in our project. So only one library class is enough for working with with several, let's say, items. If you have questions, please ask. Otherwise, thank you, Arslan, for your solution. And let me share this just a second. Yes. So let me share my screen. And let's move on to exercise 2, guys. If you have any questions about exercise 1, please ask or write in the chat. And let's move on to exercise 2. The exercise 2 is about, let's say, creating some class which is similar to stack behavior, that is last in, first out. And you have to use generics for this, for your class, and you have to kind of imitate the behavior of stack. So probably you will have some classes such as push, pop, and is empty, and you have to implement generics here. So please start working on this exercise. If you have questions, please ask, and we can also discuss the problems that you might face during the development. So I will give you about 7 minutes because our lab will be finished after 15 minutes. So please start working.
I'm
How's the
solving. I need some time.
sometime?
Yes. Uh, just more time. Yes.
Okay, so you need some more time, right?
Yep.
Okay, so then let's move on. Okay, David, I will ask you later. What about, let's say, uh, sorry, just a second. What about Nader? How is your progress?
Uh, I am still solving the first task.
Okay.
Can you help me? I have some difficulties.
Yes, share your screen, please, and let's see your problems.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Uh, I I I have created for here class book, so it extends from some class root. Uh, but I don't know where is the problem that I am trying to run the code.
Okay, can you go to your main? Okay, so what is this library.inf.next page? I mean, on the 13 line of your main. Yes, what is this?
It's object. Here I created the
Okay, okay, so go to your main class. So actually, this is not an object, right? Because uh, your object here is lib, which is created on 12th line. So remove library. Yes, yes,
this line.
yes. You can just remove everything. Remove, yes, everything here. And right here, lib dot next page. Okay, I think,
Like this.
yeah, you wrote, you misspelled the function name, right? What is the actual function name?
Here is next. But
No, go to your library class. So you don't have library. So okay, then go to your main class. Okay, lib.inf, right? You wanna dot next. What is it saying? Try to read. Okay, next. So now it is working, right?
yes, I understood. I don't using I am not using lib, but I am using library, so I understood.
Yes. So this was your problem. Okay, try to keep on the exercise and please then complete this and move to the exercise 2. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great. So then let me ask from uh, Adele, how are you? Are you here?
Hello, I'm fine. And how are you?
Good, thanks. So how was your progress?
I'm trying to work on the exercise too. I can share my screen, but
Yes,
I have some
great.
problem, so maybe you can help me. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So I started with the stack class, but actually I don't know how to implement the push.
Uh, okay. So the first suggestion here, it would be nice to implement with arrays, or you can implement with list actually, with array list. And what you can do on every push, you have to do what? You have to add new, let's say, element on the top of the list, right? So this is basically, I mean, basically you can implement stack with either array or list. With list, it will be easier because you don't have to change the size of array every time comparing to array choice. Uh, but I think here you have kind of implemented the most important thing, which is generics, right? Uh, I mean, here you can work with the items without any additional code, right?
Yes, so now I have to add something like private list and so on.
Yes, private, yes, or array. If you implement with array, that would require some more effort from you, but it's also more challenging, so it would be useful. So
Yes,
try,
with the array we must implement the shifting function, right?
yes,
To
yes,
shift after pushing, yeah.
yes. So this is also. So you got the. Do you have other questions?
No, you help me. Thank you.
You're welcome. So what about Alina? How are you, Alina?
But
Why
because
but?
I because I don't understand Java, I think at all because I don't know how to do this task.
Well. Okay. Uh, so okay. With
I
Java,
think that I need really more time to do this.
yes, I think you have to allocate some more time on Java. But okay, let me uh, okay explain or ask about generics. Did you at least understand the let's say the meaning of generics? I mean, I'm not gonna ask you the syntax, but why do we need generics in Java or in general?
I think no, and this is my problem.
Uh, okay, so um, this is of course overall. Oh, sorry. So sorry. Let me share my screen. Where is yes? This is our. You see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so uh, I would advise you to have better intuition about Java, but overall, Java generics. So the main advantages or more the main benefit from Java generics is code reuse, sort safety, and we have a problem of typecasting in Java because Java strictly let's say constraints, let's say type of classes, and we can also implement non-generic algorithms. So basically generics helps you to achieve these let's say these establishments. Okay, so but overall, what experience do you have in programming overall?
In programming, I have a good experience, but I'm writing on Python most of time.
Okay, so you have good experience. But still, I would really advise you to consider Java at least for universities tasks because uh, for the second and third year, uh, even on the final year of your bachelor, you're gonna face with Java a lot. So, I mean, it's really useful, and you may have something in your career as well if you know Java. So overall, please uh, start considering Java. If you have questions or if you need some material, please ask. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So guys, our lab is over by time. So this is the exercise two was shown by Adele. I mean, not the full. So yes,
I'm sorry, may I show my solution to of
yes.
exercise 2?
Okay, then uh, please show your solution.
Yep. Uh, do you see it?
Yes,
Okay, so here I have a class stack.
yes,
I created this stack. So here I have the array list of stack, and I initialize it. Then here is to push it, to add new
yes,
elements to the stack. Here to return the first element and remove it, and
yes.
ask how is it empty or no. Is it correct?
Y- yes, this is correct. Yes, great. This is correct. I mean, you have implemented stack with a simple solution with array list and one. Okay, so you are initializing your array list in your constructor, right?
Yep, here.
Okay. Yes, great. Okay, great.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Sin, for your solution. So, guys, so this was exercise two, shown by Adele and Asin. Sorry if I misspelled your name. So please try to, let's say, solve the exercise three. This is also uh, similar to exercise two, but it's about dictionary. Okay, so this was all about our today's lab. In references, you can have good, let's say, resources on generics and Java overall. And I will be here for you to if you have any questions. Otherwise, you can uh, you can leave the meeting. Okay,
I
goodbye.
have a question
Yes, please.
about the code test assignment. So I did not understand how we could. Some students said that we can't use brute force. I did not understand how. I could not come up with a solution without brute force, like at least for a value of C or B.
Okay, so yeah, the idea, the main expectation from you is to come up with the correct solution. I mean, if you are able to solve the question, it's kind of medium, let's say, level from competitive programming. It's not that hard, even if I don't know, uh, but brute force. The problem is that um, we may uh, add some test cases after your submission. So if your submission will fail on the test cases which we may add later, then your submission would be invalid. That's why I was saying, okay, brute force is not, let's say, better to solve the problem.
Okay, but why don't we get interesting problems like the ones we solve in during labs? That was like a math problem in the code test. Like these problems that we solve in the labs are really interesting, and I think it would be better if we like get more graded problems like this.
Well, we can first of all, the problems on code test, they are kind of general problems. I mean, for Java overall, and to check your algorithms. Uh, okay, we will consider the problems which are covered in the during the labs, because we're not going to give very hard, very let's say tough problems every week, but sometimes we have to give in order to, let's say, not to let you relax, you know. But of course we understand your, let's say, suggestions.
Okay, thank you. Also, is there a solution for the code test problem in a complexity under square root of a?
Well, I don't remember the I don't remember. Yes, actually, there is even less. I don't remember exact complexity, but you can solve. I remember that here in on code test there is a time limit of 10 seconds. So, but actually, the time limit for this problem on, let's say, on a real competition would be 1 second. So I think, yeah, you can, if you find the correct solution, it should be you would achieve something less time, less complexity.
Okay.
You're welcome.